Well, together we shine. That is a unifying message. It's lighting up the night sky overseas, and designers, like a lot of industries right now, are finding some creative ways to comply with COVID guidelines. We thought you'd enjoy seeing what they're doing. Plus, firefighters working tirelessly are caught on camera singing their way through some pretty tough times. Here are some more good stories among this pandemic.
Across the West, firefighters have been on the front lines for weeks. The Grizzly firefighters from Dalles, Oregon found the spirit and the energy to sing after another 14-hour shift. 20 of them working together for nearly 60 days, first in California and now in Oregon. The crew boss says the team is exhausted but excellent. Designers are finding new ways to unveil their latest collections amid social distancing guidelines and restrictions on large gatherings. This is pretty cool. Burberry kicked off London Fashion Week outdoors in the woods of Buckinghamshire, England, live streaming the presentation of its spring 2021 collection. The show was titled In Bloom. It featured the musician Eliza Douglas. Berlin's 16th annual Festival of Lights came to a close over the weekend. This year's theme, Together We Shine. That lit up monuments and historic buildings, turning the city into an open-air light gallery with the hope of spreading the message of gratitude and solidarity, especially during these difficult times amid the coronavirus pandemic.